In this video, I'm going to share 9 ways that I use to get clients. I'm going to share a bonus way that I have not used, but I think it is brilliant. I just haven't had time to execute on it. The first thing is to use cold email outreach. I used to do this a lot. Now I do it a little bit less. There are pretty strict filters now on these email platforms, so you want to educate yourself around the filters. Once you get dinged, it's very hard to get undinged. So make sure to educate yourself before you start doing a lot of that. Number 2 is LinkedIn email outreach. This does cost money if you want to do it at a certain level. If you want to do free connection requests and only send emails to people who respond, that's also an option. I do find that LinkedIn emailing is pretty saturated right now, but it's still possible to connect with real buyers. Number 3 is LinkedIn content. You can write posts, you can do videos like this. It's a really good way to get exposure, get yourself out there in front of high ticket buyers. Number 4 is doing videos like this, but for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, those are the 3 places that I post these videos. It's a great way to help people get to know you without them having to take time out of their day to get on a call with you or to email back and forth with you. Number 5 is going to networking events. This has been amazing for me, going to events, meeting people. It's actually the way that my business ended up taking off originally because I learned something new about how to outreach to people. So it's not always about closing a client at that event, but it's about learning things from other people that will help you then close clients at a better rate. Number 6 is trade shows. At trade shows, I have closed clients in the past. You have to be very strategic. You have to have a very clear plan of how you're going to attack the trade show, especially if it's a big one. But it's an amazing opportunity to go and just talk to a lot of people. You never know, even with having just a mutual connection on LinkedIn, you never know how these things are going to give back to you in the future. Number 7 is setting up a partnership with another business. So for example, I might set up a partnership with a video editor and they might set up their partnership with me, where if I have anybody on my client roster for paid ads who needs video editing, I send them to him or her, and then he or her sends clients back to me if they're needing paid ads. It's very lucrative, very little time once you set up that relationship. I do find that it's luck of the draw. Some people you'll set up a partnership with them, but then nothing ever happens. And some people you really can build a lasting referral network. Number 8 is doing free work for hire. I know this is a lot of work to do on the front end before you even know if you could potentially close a client. But if you're having a hard time closing clients, you've got to realize that people need to experience something new, something better before they might be willing to open up their doors or even their mind to the potential of working with somebody new. The best way to do this is to show them what they could have by working with you for free and then hook them in. Number 9 is similar. You can create a free lead magnet of some kind. So you could create something that's actually repeatable, that you're not doing customized work for each person, but you're doing something where you're giving away information that would help different businesses for free in exchange for their information and potentially a conversation. And number 10, the brilliant new way that I've recently discovered is hosting a podcast. I was approached by a couple of people with this business model. They said, listen, Bridget, when you outreach to somebody with cold email, they're like, I got 100 of these. But people are not yet getting 100 emails a week asking them to be on a podcast. So immediately you're in a different pile and they're way more likely to respond. Upon responding, because you're not asking them for anything other than to let them talk about themselves, they're way more likely to have their guard down and to build a really nice relationship with you. And the third thing about this that's so amazing is you can ask them questions about their core business problems and issues. When you're asking them those questions, a lot of times that applies to the industry as a whole. So you get an inside look at exactly what business owners at that point are caring about, and you can use that and your other outreach and your other conversations with businesses in the future to close more clients. So there you have it. I know this was a long video. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you like this content and would like to see more of it, please go ahead and follow me.